Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Normal is broke and common sense is weird. So we're here to help you transform your life. From the Ramsey Network in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio, this is The Ramsey Show. So excited to have you with us. 888-825-5225 is the phone number to jump in. 888-825-5225 alongside the fabulous, the incomparable Jade Warshaw. I am.
Thank you, my friend.
Ken Coleman. Just happy to be in her presence, folks. It's going to be good. Fresh off of Orlando. We might talk a little bit about that. We'll see. Orlando, I can't speak now, and Chicago.
Chi-Town.
A couple live events, so much fun. We are feeling the juice from those two great crowds. Jessica is up in Arkansas. Jessica, how can we help today?
Hi, good morning or good afternoon. I'm sitting at just a tad bit under $1 million in debt. Almost 200 of that is unsecured, and we were contemplating bankruptcy, but my faith tells me that I should be paying all this, and I know I should. And I guess I'm trying to see if there's a light at the end of the tunnel for us.
There's always hope.
Whew. Why don't you lay it out for us? Give us the whole $1 million in debt. What is that?
So 210 is unsecured personal loans. 83 of that 210 is credit cards. The house is 658.
Okay.
And then there's two vehicles that there's two vehicles in there. One's almost paid off, and then the other one is very, very upside down.
Tell us the amounts, the first and the second.
One is we owe $12,000 on it, and the other one is $59,000.
Ooh, and how much do you know off the top of your head what that $59,000 one is worth?
35.
Girlfriend. Okay. How much do you guys earn? It's you and your husband?
Yes,
okay.
And he is in a job transition. So we were making over 300. Now we're sitting at about 259 a year.
Okay, good. Listen, there's your light at the end of the tunnel right there. Is if you had told me that your shovel was 60 or 70,000, I'd be really hurting with you. But the good news is you have a really great shovel, 259, and you said that's with or without the job loss?
That's with the job loss. And his new job is going to be commission only. So we don't know what that's going to look like yet. It could be amazing.
So you make 259.
We have some retirement funds in there from military and disability.
How much of that is the military? Like, how much of that is your income and how much of that is like pension type stuff?
About half.
Okay, good. That is really, 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 really good news. Tell me about the $210,000. Was this a business loan? What was that money for?
It was a little bit of everything, honestly. It was some bad business endeavors, me trying to be a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
It was some bad financial decisions, just in general. Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I took a fantastic career opportunity, and I just kind of shopped my way through the imposter syndrome until I got to therapy.
Okay.
And so that was some bad financial decisions there, luxury shopping. And then I took out two personal loans to clear my husband's credit card debt as well. So that's what all that is.
This is like classic mo money, mo problems, right? This is you had a big income, and so you could afford to make bigger mistakes, right? But really, when we boil it down, Ken, this ratio-wise, it's the same call we always hear, right?
Yeah.
So that's the good news is, you've got $260,000 in income right now. It's going to go up exponentially. And you got, I'm not counting the mortgage debt because when we're in baby step 2, which is the step where you're paying off all the consumer debt, we really don't count the mortgage. So can you tell me how much your monthly mortgage payment is so I can see what percentage of your life it is?
39, 38.
Okay. And so that's going to be fine with what you're bringing home. So that the mortgage is not the problem. And I just wanted to explain that to you. It's no more than 25% of your take home. So that's not the issue. The problem is you feel overwhelmed because no matter how you slice it, if you tell somebody you have $300,000 of debt, that's a lot, right?
Yeah. Are you familiar with our debt snowball?
Yes, I actually did it probably about 20 years ago. And the only debt I carried up until 3 years ago was a mortgage and a car payment. And I would usually pay the car payment, double or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, are you, okay, we get that, but let's talk about the now, because your question is there a light at the end of the tunnel? The answer is yes, if you're willing to look for it. And so are you done now?
For sure.
Are you done? Is this the last time you're ever going to do this?
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
I can't do this again.
Okay, so in this situation, my take is I would try to get massive momentum, and Jade can speak to this. So I'm going to give it back to her quickly because she and Sam paid off $500,000 in debt. So you got the perfect person to talk to today. But here's my only thing that I would say, and I'll hand the baton back to you, Jade. I think they need a momentum play. A big one. And so I would I would try to get rid of the $59,000 car payment.
Instantly.
Even if they go upside down, you can tell how we do it. But I just think there needs to be a dramatic move. I don't know what your take is, having done this yourself.
No, I agree with Ken 100%. You do. You need to do something that's going to shake you emotionally, that's going to shake you financially, that's going to almost it's like the gun going off of the race, right? And I agree with Ken. You guys need to pull together, and I mean, with your income in a couple of short months, pull together that $24,000 that you're upside down on this vehicle, and get out of it. And drive the $12,000 vehicle for a while. Figure out a plan to save up another couple $1,000s to get you a beater. And here's the thing: I'm going to be 100% straight with you. You're used to making a lot of money. When you get a beater, it's going to mess with your ego big time. Because in your mind, you're going to go, wait a minute, I work too hard to be driving a car like this. Wait a minute, nobody at my work drives a car like this, or nobody in my social circle, right? Because you start hanging out with who you earn money with, right? And so you're going to be the one, and it is going to create questions, and it's your choice whether you answer those questions. But I'm just letting you know right now, Jessica, that's going to happen. And there's going to be an incongruency for a while with how hard I'm working and how much money I'm earning versus the lifestyle I'm living. And I'm telling you that as a person who did that for quite a while. And that's going to be so good for your soul, because that's what's going to cause you never to do this again. You're going to go, oh my gosh, I never want to feel that again.
Seriously. I think it's right. And, not trying to steal too much of your story, but I mean, Sam and I were hanging out last night, Jade says, and he reminded me you guys had one car for a long time.
We didn't get a second car until a year into working here.
Yeah, but that was just because you adjusted to it.
I did.
But during the massive debt payoff, you guys were one car family. So,
but you said it, Ken. We got used to it.
That's right. You did fine.
You get used to anything.
Right.
You could be making multiple six figures and get used to whatever lifestyle you create. So
yeah, I did. That's hilarious to me that you were here for a year before you got wheels.
And even still, I was a little reluctant. I was like, we don't need it. Listen, now get me that G-Wagon. I'm ready, Ken.
Come on.
Hey, quick reality check. AI isn't just for sci-fi nerds and Silicon Valley tech bros anymore. It's the new weapon of choice for every scammer with fast Wi-Fi and bad intentions. Identity thieves could be using AI right now to steal your info in ways that would have sounded impossible just 5 years ago. We're talking voice cloning, deepfake videos, filing bogus tax returns, draining your bank and retirement accounts, and even home title fraud. And it can happen fast, so most people don't find out until it's too late. So as someone who has had his identity stolen before, I don't mess around. I use Xandr ID theft protection because it keeps up with today's threats without the crazy price tag other companies charge. You get real-time monitoring across your whole financial and digital life, and if something does go down, they'll give you the full white glove treatment, like 24/7 restoration services by pros based in the U.S. and up to $2 million in stolen funds and expense coverage. So you don't need to live in fear, but you do need to be smart about protecting your identity from thieves. So go to Xandr.com or call 800-356-4282 and get yourself protected today.
All right, April is up next in Ohio. April, how can we help you today?
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call. So I am recently divorced, 44 years old. I make $50,000 a year. I have one debt, and it's a car, and I owe $29,000 on it. And I have to decide whether I want to keep the car, sell the car, pay the car off, or what to do with the daggone car, because I want to be completely out of debt. And I want to eventually buy a house.
Okay.
So
Tell us how much the car is worth right now on the open market.
about 23 probably.
So upside down 6. Do you have any cash?
I have $57,000 in the bank.
Oh, this is a
That's the only Yeah, sorry. Is that the only debt you have?
It is the only debt I have now.
Okay, go ahead, Jade. Yeah, okay.
in the infamous words of King Coleman, this is what I'd call a nothing burger.
Oh, yeah.
Which means there's no problem here.
That's right.
You can decide today to just pay it off. Well, you've got the money.
Right.
Why are you not doing that? What's stopping you?
Because I'm trying to make sure I have enough money for a down payment on a house.
Got it.
And so in the Jeep is currently my ex-husband's name, so I have to either refinance it my name, pay it off, get it titled to my name, or I thought about, living like no one else, so I can live like no one else and selling the daggone thing and driving the junker for a little while. But, I don't really want to do that because my car is reliable. It's only got 50,000 miles on it. Like, it's a good vehicle. It's not really the vehicle I wanted when I purchased it, but
it's in his
a
name?
good vehicle.
It's in his
I'm
name?
sorry? It's in his name, yeah.
Well, either way, you've got to, if it's going to be your car, you've got to move it to your name and make sure that you're the one who gets the title and everything like that.
You don't have to eat up most of the 57. I get what you're saying. So you said you're upside down $6K. So if you sell it for 23, okay, and then we take the 6 out of the 57, that leaves us with 51, and we're whole on the car. And then I'm telling you right now, like, this is the spiritual gift that I have that nobody knows except for James Childs. He can attest to this. I can find you a car right now for 10 grand that is extremely functional. It's not an absolute piece of crap on wheels, and it will get you through it. And let's say now you're down to 41,000. You're debt free. You've got a serviceable car, more than enough in the emergency fund, Jade, to fix the $10,000 car. You could go 12 and get a very serviceable car, and now you're debt-free, emergency fund, and now on to baby step 3B, which is saving for the house. Unless I'm missing something, there's no reason for you to hold on to this money, because we're not telling you to go empty it or even cut it in half.
Right. So you think your advice then would be to sell the Jeep, buy something cheaper, and just take the $6,000 loss instead of paying it off completely?
Oh, I thought the $6,000 is paying it off completely. You're going to sell it for 23.
To keep it. Your advice is to sell it instead of keep it.
I would personally. I would.
Oh.
Okay.
Because it's attached to him. I'll explain my reasoning.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong on this, is what I'm guessing you're going to say.
Yeah.
You can keep it and pay it off. Like, to Jade's point, you could pay the entire 29 down today out of the 57. Now you got yourself a car that you're used to, and yada, yada, yada.
Well, the only reason I wouldn't do that is because, Ken is right. It's too much of your take-home pay. Like, it's too much of your pay. It's more than 50%, and you probably would not have bought this car if you were just you, right? You would have bought something more affordable.
Exactly.
And my advice was based on helping you save for the house. So I gave you the advice to spend the least amount of money but still be moving forward in your life.
Gotcha.
You tracking with me? So you sell
tracking.
You get 23 for it. You're going to come out of pocket 6 to take care of the loan. Now you just got a bunch of money back. What's that car payment every month?
$563.
Hey,
Girl, that's like almost $8,000 a month. I mean, a year we just saved you. Now, okay, you go buy a $10,000 car, and you're still left with $47,000 the way I added it up earlier. And so you've still got a real nice case of momentum here because you're coming out of the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
We got rid of a car with your ex's name on it. Mm-hmm. It's too much car for you. All the things. So that's why I gave you that plan, because that is what I would do if I were you.
Agreed.
That's what I would do.
and it's gonna feel good getting your own. I almost said set of wheels, and then that felt very retro. You're gonna feel good getting your
That's
own.
because she
car.
hangs out with me. That's me. That's my old influence on you.
I should have
Unfortunately.
said whip. You're gonna feel good in your own whip. That's not it either.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I
okay,
mean.
awesome. Well, that helps so much. I thought that's what you guys would say, but I wanted to just
Yeah.
make sure, because I was literally going to call and just pay that off today, and then I'm like, do I really want to do that, though? 'Cause
No.
I
Yeah.
really want
I
this
want-
car, so...
Think about, here's the thing. We get rid of a car attached to a chapter of your life that's over. That's not the single reason for this, but it's a good reason. Yeah. And it's all about momentum. Many
Agreed.
times our advice is about momentum, getting that, and boy, just getting rid of that $560 car payment.
That's a lot.
Whew, that's going to feel great, getting rid of that other car. And now you go get your own thing, and you go, I'm sacrificing on a $10,000 car because I want my own house.
Ooh, I like it.
Eye on the prize. And so if I am sacrificing, Jade, in the short term to see that it's going to give me a absolutely legitimate shot at the long term that I desire, man, that feels good. I'm
Jump on
in. You don't have to talk me into that kind of a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I like to say this, and I get too excited about this, I know, but I can't begin to tell you how many decent cars there are out there for $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, and most Americans are just, they think they're above it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You know?
I mean, I get it. It's a status symbol, right?
I totally understand.
But I've said it before, and I'll say it again, Ken. You get in the car, and yeah, you ride to work, but it's sitting outside. And most of us, let's be honest, most people in America, if you have a garage, it's filled up with junk, and you let that beautiful Mercedes or that beautiful Acura or whatever you drive sit outside, get in the rain, get in the snow, and then when you go to work, it sits in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And no one is walking in the parking lot going, oh, I wonder if that's Bob's sedan, right? No one cares.
Nobody cares. And I'll tell you this, a couple things, and Jade can back me up on this. She knows what I drive. It would surprise a lot of people what I drive. I drive an older used car. It's a fabulous little Mercedes. It looks fantastic. Looks better. Looks
It
newer
does.
than it is. But I'll tell you this, nobody, and I mean nobody, pulls up next to me at the stoplight and goes, oh, ha, look at that Ken Coleman over there. Pfft, I'm not sure why he's driving that late
No
model
one
there.
cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody even notices me on the interstate.
Right.
So, I choose to do that because I've got higher priorities.
Yeah.
My
I
money,
am right there with you.
is in other places, and you know.
I do.
And so, for me, it has always been functionality over status when it comes to a car. Now, there's a day coming
Oh, it's coming.
when I get all the kids off the payroll.
G-Wagon.
Oh man, yeah.
They see me rolling.
I'm gonna have a car with a trumpet on it just so everybody knows I'm coming. Not a horn, like a. Yeah, like, oh, here comes Coleman. He wants everybody to know that his kids are out of the house. It's gonna be like a. By the way, at the Ramsey Show Live,
Yeah.
I learned a new term.
Hit me.
I didn't know there was such a thing as a push present.
I'm wearing mine right now.
Well, it's ridiculous
What made you transition to that?
because I'm gonna have
A baby?
a empty nest present for myself. Oh. When I get the kids off the payroll, James,
You going in?
Daddy is going to go buy himself a really fun toy and just say, it's mine because I've taken care of everybody else forever. Thank you, ma'am. There's a lady out there who's giving me a really solid head nod.
I like that. You get a retirement present. You get a present when you have babies.
I
Some
am
people
now
give a
making
present
this
when
up,
they graduate.
James. It's an empty nest present.
Boy,
What?
Stacy is such a lucky lady.
Touche, sir.
That's great.
Touche. She'll get something too.
Yeah. What are we talking?
I don't know. I'm making it up on the spot. I don't want to commit.
Feels expensive.
It's going to be expensive.
Hey, side note though, I think we should have a spin-off show where you people call in and you find them used cars live on the air and then send them a link.
wow.
I would love to do that. I'd love to be your used
Ken's
car
Cars.
guy. Ken's Cars. I like that. It's got a nice little ring to it. All right. We'll talk about it. We'll see what happens, folks. Stay tuned for that wildly popular segment.
If you've listened to me for more than 5 minutes, you know that being normal with your money is not a good thing because normal is broke. And I want you to be weird. That's why I love what we're doing with Fair Winds Credit Union. Our friends at Fair Winds just launched a brand new Ramsey debit card. And it says, debt is normal, be weird, right on the front. I love that. Because every time you swipe it, you're choosing to live differently with no credit card payments and no debt. You see, Fairwinds has been helping people like you ditch debt faster and build wealth for years. They're not trying to shove credit cards or auto loans in your face like the big banks do. And they've worked with us to create the Smart Bundle for Ramsey fans. It includes a no-fee checking account, a high-yield savings account to supercharge your emergency fund, and now the Ramsey debit card to help you stay focused on the baby steps. We're excited for you to try it. So check them out today at fairwinds.org/Ramsey. That's fairwinds.org/Ramsey. Insured by the NCUA.
All right, folks, the all new, and when I say all new, I mean all new.
Brand spanking.
Yeah, every dollar is here, and boy, oh boy, is it's worth all the hype. You can watch the premiere on our YouTube channel to actually see how every dollar works. It's more than a budgeting app. We've got all of the great things that you knew if you've been around for a while about Financial Peace University, actual coaching, so many great prompts. I mean, it's just there for you. People are finding thousands of dollars in margin in just 15 minutes, just through the prompts and the pathway that we're walking you through. Mm-hmm. So imagine how much you could find to put towards your money goals. Again, go to our YouTube channel, The Ramsey Show, and we've got the premiere there. Jade Warshaw, Rachel Cruz, George Camel, our money personalities did a great job with that. Super interactive.
You need to watch it because it really does explain. I mean, we can't do it justice just talking about it for a second, but that premiere will do it justice.
Yeah, so fun. Kevin is now joining us in Miami, Florida. Kevin, how can we help today?
Well, hi. I'm just calling because I recently graduated from grad school, and I have some loans and debt, I guess you can say. So I'm kind of transitioning in life from being like a student, basically, and joining the workforce. So I just wanted some advice and some wisdom, I guess I can take with me as I start this new stage of life.
Okay, how much debt do you have?
So it's me and my wife, which my wife is still in grad school. She's in currently her second year of grad school, and I have a total of $180,000. And 140 of it's from my student loans, and then 15,000 is from her student loans, and then we have a total of 16,000 in credit card. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a job?
And the main reason, so it took me a while to get licensed in my state. So I just got approved to be working in my state.
Licensed to do what?
Pharmacy.
Okay, so I appreciate that you're licensed now. Do you have a job?
Yeah, I just got a job yesterday.
Oh, great. Congratulations.
Yeah. So I start that job in 2 weeks.
Do me a favor. Can you adjust your phone? I feel like you've got a sock over your phone.
Oh, can you hear me better now?
It's a little bit better. Sorry, I'm really struggling. My ADHD is flaring. How much are you going to make as a pharmacist?
So the job I have it's not full-time or part-time. It's basically as needed. for them, so the hours aren't guaranteed, but I'll be making $71 an hour.
$71 an hour. Do you have any sense on how many hours you're going to get? Because I don't like the way this sounds for a guy who's got all this debt.
Yeah, honestly saying, but I've been applying to all these places, and this is basically the only one that really got back to me.
Right,
offer.
But you understand, like, that's not a great deal. You don't even know how many hours you're going to be working 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I mean, during the training period, I'll be getting 10 training days, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll for sure have that, and then after that, how it was explained to me, there's some weeks I'm going to be doing like 20 hours in a week, and then there's some weeks I'm going to be doing like 40 hours in a week. So
okay. So you understand, though, that you've got to be more resourceful right now. That means you're working at a coffee shop. You're working 2, 3, 4 jobs right now.
Yeah.
While,
by
the way, looking for a better pharmacist gig, because this is going to eat you alive. What is your total monthly bills when it comes to just these loans, all this stuff combined?
So the loans are still in grace right now, and I don't start the repayment of it till, I guess, December.
Okay.
So
that's not long.
Right now, I guess,
brother, December is literally around the corner. Okay.
Exactly. So that's one of the reasons I'm calling, because it's just like
income, my friend. Listen, our debt snowball plan, I bring Jade in on this, but I'll just say this. Income is your issue right now. You got a wife who's in grad school. I don't know how much she can work with the grad school load, so I'm being realistic there. I don't know what she can do. So if she can't do much or anything, I mean, you're the one that's got to be working. And when I said 2, 3, and 4 jobs, I wasn't just saying it, to hear myself think and talk. You've got to bring in income, because December is coming quickly, and it's going to be a rude awakening. And so it's the debt snowball plan. Jade will walk you through it step by step, what you have to do right now.
Yeah, there's two things at play here. And Ken said the first one, you need money. Like, you got to have money coming in. And then the second thing, sure, you can tighten up your spending and tighten up your budget and those sorts of things. By the way, we'll make sure that we give you a budget. We'll give you every dollar before you get off this call, because you need it. But that is the equation. You guys have a hole here, and you dug the hole, and now you have to do the work to get out of it. There's not really an easy button here. I wish there was. If there was, I would slide it your way, but there's not. So it is what Ken said, which is probably wasn't what you planned, right? We all plan, I'm just going to get a great job right away and I'll just be able to get out of it. But that's not the reality here. And a part of this, I would say, of the equation, I would say 80% of you doing this is just accepting that this is what must be done. And if you can do that, then you can go about the business of actually doing the actions. So part of it is saying, hey, if I want to get where I want to go, there's part of this I just have to accept. It's like running a marathon, Ken.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
When Sam and I ran our first marathon, it's like in your head, you go, I know I want to do this. This race seems good. I'll feel great when it's all over. I want to accomplish this. And then when you start the training, you're like, oh, wait a minute. This is
right.
it's every day, and it gets progressively harder. And what if I get injured and my body hurts and all these things? And half the battle of running a marathon, which in this case, your debt is the marathon, half the battle is just going, hey, this is what must be true for this amount of time. And if I just embrace it and do it, the finish line will be there.
That's right.
The finish line is there. But if you want to cross it with any amount of grace or style or good timing, then you have to embrace the training. And that's just how it works.
Hard things. If you want great things, I promise you, you're going to have to endure hard things. I don't care if it's athletically. I don't care if it's wanting to start a business and grow it and become self-employed. I don't care if it's I want to go into ministry and touch lives and pour my heart out for. You pick any endeavor, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial endeavor. If you want to be great or do something significant, forget great. Sometimes we make great too like it's about great. If you want to do something significant, I can tell you it's on the other side of hard things.
Can't avoid it.
You
cannot. It's unavoidable.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes we like success and all the things, and we're helping people with money success, work success, relationship success. That's what we're about here. I'm just gonna tell you something. I've been married 27 years. as James said earlier, God bless Stacy. I mean, the woman has had to endure some hard things to make it this far. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
But there's also, and let's break it down further, because there's the hard things that we want to do. Like we say, I'm going to go to school and I know that's going to be a challenge and I know it's going to, like, there's the hard things we want to do, but there are then the hard things we don't want to do. And those are part of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's really the main, where it disconnects. It's like, wait a second, I knew I was going to have to do hard things, but nobody told me I was going to have to do hard things I didn't want to do.
Correct. Yeah. It's like all that training and everything, or I'd rather have been home watching football, elbow deep in some salsa.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I want to do, but nobody wants to be out there pounding the pavement, putting the effort in. So back to this situation, especially young couples or young people coming right out of this. They got this degree. It's such a huge accomplishment. I don't want to in any way downplay it. And you think, okay, I just did all this work, and now what? Now what is I got to pay it off? Yeah. Or else I'm going to be miserable. And you can't just go, well, I applied to all these different places. I got a part-time pharmacy thing. No. Okay, I'm in.
Now I got to go
I got my foot in the door, but it's not a great gig. So now I got to go work 4 other jobs to be able to take care of my wife and I, who she's in grad school. Like, this is the reality. So I wish we, again, had an easy fix, but we don't. Work the baby steps, and working the baby steps, it's a simple process, but it is extremely difficult. Hard hats are required.
If you ever Googled yourself, here's the 2 worst things you can find. Photo evidence of your worst haircut and your personal data floating around on some sketchy website. I mean, the bangs were regrettable, but your info being bought, sold, and reposted all over the World Wide Web, even worse. And trust me, it happens all the time. And that's why I use Delete Me. You guys, over 20 billion records have been leaked in recent years, and that info gets pulled into these people search sites. So stuff like your name, number, address, even your kids' names is out there for anyone to see. But if you're trying to clean up your personal data yourself, good luck. It can be a part-time job just submitting these opt-out requests. So if you don't want your personal info out there, you should be using Delete Me too. Delete Me has real people who track down your data, remove it from these shady sites, and make sure it stays removed. Plus, you get a report from Delete Me showing exactly what was found and what's been deleted. So, take back your privacy with Delete Me. Right now, Ramsey listeners get 20% off at joindeleteme.com/Ramsey with code Ramsey at checkout. So do that today. Joindeleteme.com/Ramsey, code Ramsey.
All right, are you staying on track with the baby steps? If you'd like to know where you are, how you're tracking, take a quick quiz, and you can check your progress and get a personalized plan to keep that momentum going. You can head to our show notes and click on the link. Are you on track with the baby steps? Complete the quiz, and it gives you a really fun update and some great inspiration. Austin is now joining us in Florida. Austin, how can we help?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Well, we're having a blast today. What's going on with you?
Good. Hey, listen, so I was up at the bank the other day, and I was just moving some money around and whatnot. I've been trying to get out of debt. I've been doing very good. Over the last 11 months, I paid off $22,000.
Wow,
and,
good job.
Yeah, so I've been trying. I've got, $8,900 left to go. I'll be completely debt-free. And the lady up there at the bank was telling me I need to get a credit card to get my credit score up to have reoccurring payments on my credit so I can get a house, because I'm looking, in the next 2 years to get a house. And I've been working the Ramsey plan, and I don't want to go for the credit. But I'm stuck right now because I'm so close to having a good credit score opposed to having no credit score. So I need somebody with a little bit of a better opinion. You need to talk to
Jade. You need to listen to Jade, not the nice lady at the bank.
Yeah.
The nice lady at the bank has ulterior motives, no matter how sweet and bubbly she was. And I can just picture her. She was probably just as sweet as sugar. And she probably had a lot of credibility because she swayed you a little bit. She kind of knocked you off balance a touch. So glad you called today. and I would like you to never listen to that lady again, and I'd like you to listen to this lady. So with no further ado, take it away.
She probably also had a set of assumptions that you would go to that bank to get the loan for your mortgage when the time is.
I think that's what she was doing.
So
she thought.
She thought. Listen, you already know the answer, Austin.
Yeah.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
But for you, and really more so for the benefit of folks listening, Austin, you know, if you've been hanging out with us for a little while, you know we teach all the time, the credit score is not necessary. And I'll reiterate that with you again. I get it. Society teaches us this from a very young age, right? We're just bombarded with the message, right? Never leave home without it, right? And you're actually scared to leave home without your MasterCard, right? So I get it. But I like to remind people that the only reason you're hearing that message so much is because there's money on the other end of it, you know, for businesses and for banks. What we teach is actually just as true. The truth is, yeah, you can have a great credit score and go buy a house. That is true. There's no falsehood to that. But it's also true, and just as true, that you can have a 0 credit score and go and buy a home. And America needs to know this, right? There are companies that do manual underwriting, which say, hey, we're not looking at a credit score. We're simply looking at how you manage your money. And that does exist. So in that way, having a 0 credit score or an indeterminable credit score is the same. It's better than having a good credit score because it doesn't have the stress and the debt attached to it, right? And so that's how that happens. You pay off all the debt, and in 6 to 8 months, for some people, maybe 12 months, your score rolls to 0, which means we can't find it. Like I said before, indeterminable. And when that happens, now is the time. That's when you can strike, right? If your score hasn't rolled away yet and it's low, yes, you're going to have a problem. But once it hits 0, that's the sweet spot of when that happens. And we would always recommend Churchill Mortgage to you. They do mortgages in the majority of the United States. So yeah, it could take a little due diligence. You hop on their website, do a little research, get connected with someone, and start making your plan. And all they're going to want to know is what we're all kind of used to. They're going to want to know your pay stubs, right? Show us your pay stubs. Yep. They're going to want to know, can you keep the job? How long have you been at, getting paid? And if you're, a small business like Sam and I were, they might want to see your tax returns, your business tax returns. That's fine. And then they're going to want to see your trade lines. Have you been keeping up with your cell phone payment, your utility payment? And they want to see proof that you've been paying rent. And that's really important for folks who are living at home. Make sure there's some paper trail to show, hey, I've been paying rent on time. Even if it's to your parents, just make sure you're documenting that, because that's really all you need. And then from there, it's basically the same process, Ken.
That's right. Exactly right. So this is a myth that she just busted, and hope you get it, Austin. Stand strong. You're going to stand strong and just smile and wave like the penguins from Madagascar.
Smile and wave, boys.
When people hit you with these things, I mean, you know better, don't you?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you just got a master class. Right. You don't need a credit score, do you, Austin?
No, I do not. And that's just, I was stuck because I didn't know if I needed it.
No, you don't.
Within the next 2 years or not.
You know.
That's why we're
another
here.
Quick question.
Okay.
Another quick question. If you got just a second.
Well, it's got to be fast. We got other people waiting. What's going on?
Right. The next question. My bank. So I don't really want to bank there, but it's the closest one anywhere around where I'm living at, and the Fairwinds is probably an hour and a half away from where I'm at. What can I do with that?
What's causing you to go into the bank all the time? Because I feel like my rent, everything is cash. All that's a cash deal right now. Why?
So to get just because where it's at, I'm renting out some property, and we pay the landlord cash, so we're saving up to get out of debt. So everything is
I don't know that you have to.
Deal.
Well, I don't know why you have to pay cash. I don't understand that.
Let's talk about that. So if you're doing cash as some sort of an envelope system to try to just keep your piles of money separate and manage it better, that usually works better for things that you can easily pay cash for, like groceries or maybe gas or things like that. But I do find that things like rent or car payments, it is more convenient to pay for them online. So unless you're receiving your income as cash, and then you would have to deposit it in the bank anyway. But if you're receiving your income as direct deposit, I would recommend keeping it as direct deposit. That way you can bank at an establishment that you feel good about and do most of it online.
Yeah,
on
and
the
Fairwinds
internet.
can take great care of you. I mean, I'd call them. Call them and go, hey, I live an hour away. Just let them walk you through it. But I don't know that you have to do that. And I just personally, I know it's 2025.
Cash?
I just
You got a
wouldn't
problem
be-
with cash, Ken?
I don't have a problem with it, but paying, it just seems really inconvenient. I mean, when he started off the call, he's like, I was at the bank the other day and I was
haven't
moving
been
my money
inside a
around.
bank.
I was like, did you go see, the Mercantile and get your eggs while you were there? It felt very...
The general store?
Yeah, it felt like, I'm not sure this is the best use of our time. you know?
That's a good point. Now I will say, if you are on baby step 2 and you're really trying to be on it, I do love cash for that purpose. But again, just for use it for the groceries.
Small stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
for
not-
the budget
but for
buster
rent,
things.
rolling up with a wad of cash.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel good about that.
Yeah, that's
nothing fundamentally wrong with it.
No, there's nothing. Well, his problem is there's no bank.
Right, and I'd love him to be with Fairwinds.
Yeah, I would too.
And so, if he's not having to drive, I can't remember the last time I had to go into the bank.
I try at all costs not to go into the bank.
Yeah, they're never open. Have you noticed that?
Actually, they are more now than ever, I feel like. It used to be like on Saturdays they'd be closed, but now they're open.
On Saturdays?
I think so.
The banks are open on Saturday? Everybody's
A lot of
shaking
times
their
it's
head.
like until noon or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Listen, I just
I'm
remember
definitely
the days.
not going to the bank on a Saturday. I promise you that right now.
No,
There's
I'm
too
not
much
doing it.
football to be watched, especially this time of year,
No comment.
No comment.
I'm not. I need to get into the football game. I haven't. Let me. I mean, I can't even tell you.
Yeah, all right. Very good. Anyway, the point is, that much cash, big transactions, a lot of cash. I just, I don't know. I'd be careful.
Rent feels like something you should pay online. Let's do it like that.
Yeah, and it protects you. The online, the banking, Fairwinds Credit Union, all there's protections in using online banking, which I like.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you where I do like cash. When I'm buying a car for the kids.
Oh, to just slap it on there on the table.
My favorite move is the accordion.
What say you?
I call it the accordion. I lay it out on the hood of the car that I'm offering.
That is gangster, Ken Coleman.
I think it kind of is. I'll
Holy
receive
smokes.
that. Because you're making an offer, right?
Oh, yeah,
And
for
so
real.
they're asking this. I don't want to pay this.
You just silently
So
put
I
it
pull
out
out
there.
the envelope and I do this number and I just kind of count it out on the hood, trying under the guise of being accurate, but it's a hidden flex.
Y'all don't know that, Ken. It's a G. Way
I'm
to go,
telling
Ken.
you, that's how I bought my last kid's car. Nice old lady, counted it out for
Take
her.
it or leave it.
What is she gonna do?
An old lady.
Make you an offer you can refuse. Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. Alongside Jade Warshaw, I'm Ken Coleman. Steve is now joining us in Columbia, South Carolina. Steve, how can we help today?
Yeah, hi, Ken. Hi, Jade. It's great to be speaking with you guys today.
Yeah, good to talk to you.
So I've got I'm on the cusp of finalizing a divorce, and we came to a mediated settlement. And as part of it, basically there's a 50-50 split of the 401k. But then I also have to come up with $100,000 in cash in 90 days to buy her out of the house. And then additionally, there's a $150K lump sum alimony payment over 5 years. So kind of two questions is basically, how would you guys recommend coming with the 100K? Because I got some advice from the lawyers and I didn't really appreciate, and clearly they weren't part of the Ramsey program. And then how to treat the alimony payment going forward. Do I treat it as a debt in the baby steps or as like a line item in the budget going forward?
Why don't we address that one first, Jade? Tell him about where that goes in the budget.
The 150 over 5 years, have you calculated it out and seen what that looks like monthly?
Yeah, it's about $2,500 a month.
Can you afford that?
And it fits. Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, that's a line item on the budget. I would do it that way, especially if you can afford it. What's your income?
About $180 a year.
Okay, good.
So it ends up being about like $8,000 a month.
Okay, so
The 100K in 90 days to buy out the house.
yeah, why'd you agree to that?
So it's definitely the house. terms of everything else available in the area, there's no way I'd be getting anything close to this. And
but I'm talking about the
really
term,
really like it.
the time. Like, do you have $100,000?
Yeah, so that's exactly it. I think it was a matter of kind of signing it and not really paying attention to that 90 days. I've got about 55K in cash right now.
Okay, well, that's a good start. How much is your car worth?
Not much. So it's a 2007 Subaru Forester. So
what happens if let's come at
much.
this thing from another angle. I'm trying to figure this out for you. What happens if in 90 days you don't have 100K? What is the kick in the contract? What the agreement?
So it's just part of the court order. So I think it'd be going back in front of the judge.
Mm-hmm. I think that's your best bet. This was a bad negotiation on your part or on your lawyer's part, because you can't get the money in 90 days. And so when this goes back in front of the court, you need to have a better plan of what that is.
Why not sell the house?
I was going to say the same thing.
Original, well, the original thought was basically kind of part of the quadro from the rest of the 401k. So my half of the 401k, use part of it to be able to pay her off.
That was your plan?
That was the original thought. And then again, the lawyers even suggested doing a home equity loan, which I flat out just rejected.
And
I thought that was a bad idea.
Because you have to reverse engineer, like you have to reverse the situation and say, if I were in any other setting, would I borrow from my 401k to buy a house? No, you wouldn't. Would I take out a personal loan, to up the ante on my house? No, you wouldn't. And that's the way I'm looking at it. I think that you either need to give yourself more time. If this is like something that you're like, I love this house, I don't want to give it up, I'm never going to have a house like this again. You either need to give yourself more time. I mean, I've talked to people where there's years to come up with the money. Not that I want you linked to her for that long, but...
Do you have kids?
Adult kids. So she's in college now, but yep.
Okay, so where's your ex going? She's just going to go rent somewhere?
Starting a new career in another state.
Okay, here I'm going to come back to this because now again, I've never walked through this before, so Jade and I are kind of on the same page.
Well, I'm thinking about you could do maybe a cash out refi. I don't know if there's because you have to take her name off it anyway.
I would sell the house. And do you have any equity in it at all?
Yeah, and that's basically what I'm buying out of.
How much equity do you have in the home?
About $200K in equity.
So why wouldn't you? I mean.
I don't understand, given that equity stake that you have. This is just a house, and it's got a bunch of pain attached to it. You are single. You got all this money that you're going to have to pay out over 5 years. I personally, and again, I don't know what you think about this.
I view it a little differently.
I know.
Well, because
I'm giving you another train of thought. I'm not going to advocate from my point of view. I'm going to say, if it were me, I'd sell the house.
Are there kids involved?
Are exactly what's been going on in my brain. So
to sell it?
No. Just the back and forth. So there's like you said, there's.
I like a clean start in this situation.
There's that, but then there's also. I mean, you did make a good point earlier where you said with the market and when you bought this house, you might not be able to get something like that again. And I do feel that if emotionally there's not the attachment that Ken and I think there might be, and you want to keep the house, standard is you would refi, get her name off of it, and then you would pull the cash out when you refi, and then she would get her portion. The only reason I kind of disagreed with Ken's sentiment initially is because the $100,000 is her money. It's not you giving $100,000 of your money. At this point now, that is her money because you're separate. So there's a different way to look at that. It's like, hey, I'm just giving her her money. I'm not giving away my money, if that makes sense.
Right.
So that's, if you want to do the 90-day deal, that's how you would get it. But Ken has a good point. Do you really want to be in this house, or is it worth it to you to maybe get less house and have a fresh start? That's the question. Only you can answer that.
Yeah. Or rent for a bit.
Right.
I mean, your life's not over. So.
Yeah, I definitely know that it's starting over, but yep.
Yeah, and it's not over. It's starting over. And so there's a whole lot of new things coming your way. So again, I don't want to advocate for it. That may be too aggressive.
How long were you married?
But,
20 years.
20 years. Oh, listen. Ken may have a point. The kids? Do you have kids?
Yeah, remember they've got the.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Is it just one?
College, yep. Just one.
Ooh, yeah. You got your work cut out for you in terms of sentimental thoughts versus fresh start thoughts.
I mean, you make a good income.
I've been working through those.
You make here's. I'm not advocating, but I am going to say, because I like when you push back.
Yeah.
So keep pushing on this.
I will.
But in your shoes, if you sell this house, then you're able to pay her money and have that done. Set aside, put it away, get it over with. That's what I would do. I would want a clean break if I could do it. And I'm just looking at the numbers. You're going to have to pay her $100,000 in 90 days, and then you got $150,000, which is alimony over 5 years. That's a lot of money coming out of your pocket.
It could be nice to have a smaller.
And I'm just saying, I might rent for a year, reset my life. I don't think renting for 12 months is a bad idea for a guy in your shoes. Get rid of the house, move on into a new chapter of life.
And another, okay, I'm going to throw something else in there, and this is soon, so don't be mad at me, but you'll move on at some point and meet another lovely lady.
I'm
expecting that. And do you want to
that.
bring her into that house, or do you want to bring her into, fresh start, Steve?
Yeah, so we'll see about that one, but sure.
I know I jumped ahead, but do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, begin with the end in mind is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way, but that's what I would do in that situation and just start fresh.
You're not wrong, Ken.
Start fresh. Get her the $100,000. That's her money, to your point. And now work on the rest of it. Oh, divorce sucks. Hate that for you.
Yeah, me too.
What does the future hold for business? Ask 9 experts and you'll get 10 different answers. Economic growth or a recession? Business taxes will go up or down. AI will help us work or it will replace us all. But there's no such thing as a crystal ball. That's why more than 42,000 businesses have future-proofed themselves with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 AI cloud enterprise resource planning system. Ramsey Solutions uses NetSuite, and you should too. Whether your company's earning millions or even hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you respond to immediate challenges and seize your biggest opportunities. With one unified business management suite, there's one source of truth for the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. NetSuite's real-time insights and forecasting help you see into the future with actionable data. And when you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you spend less time looking backward and more time focusing on what's next. And speaking of what's next, download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/Ramsey. It's free at netsuite.com/Ramsey.
All right, let's get to Chris, who's joining us now in North Carolina. Chris, how can we help today?
Hey, how you doing? I got sick before COVID, and I was bedridden for 3 years and went through a financial problem real bad. And, lost my business, had credit card debt go crazy, and a couple years later now it's coming back to haunt me. I just now was able to start working again, literally 2 months in, and I've got haven't been served yet, but they're trying to serve me with judgment. I don't have any assets. Before all this happened, I turned my house over to my wife and my property over to daughter, so have no assets to worry about that. I guess my question is, should I go through with a bankruptcy before I meet the yearly salary requirement to do so, or should I not do bankruptcy and wait to see what happens?
Short answer is we're not doing the bankruptcy, but tell me, give us more context. What caused you to be sick for 3 years? Is that over and done, or can that come back?
It's possible. I had Lyme disease, and I didn't know that I had it. I was undiagnosed, and then when I got COVID, it dropped my immune system enough to make both of them a problem. And by the time they found it. It went to my heart, my brain, and
Holy smokes.
I had to be on a year of treatment, and I was still just about 2 years. I was completely bedridden, and then eventually just slowly started getting better.
And did your wife leave you during that time? You said you gave her the house. What does that mean?
No. We're not legally married, so we're so luckily for her, she doesn't have to deal with that financial part. Now, we've been together this whole time.
So you're living with.
Why did you call her your wife?
Yeah, I'm confused.
What's that?
Why did you call her your wife and then just tell Jay that you're not married?
Well, I guess what would you call a significant other then?
A girlfriend?
Is that the proper terminology? I just say wife.
Okay,
No,
I'm not trying to. Okay,
years.
I'm not trying to get too technical. I didn't know if there was another part of the story that we needed to know about.
So your significant other, you've been together a long time. Everything's in her name is what you're saying. So you literally legally have no assets.
Correct.
Okay. So you've just gotten back to work. What kind of work do you do now, and what are you earning?
Project manager, and it's $130,000 a year.
Well, that's good news.
And how much is the
Good
debt?
news, definitely. I think it's like around 70, 80,000, something like that.
Okay. So first,
some is credit card, some is loan.
okay. So first, your homework from me tonight anyway is I want you to go and find out exactly how much you owe. I want you to have it written down. This much is credit cards, this much is medical, this much is, personal loan. So you get a sense of what it is and the amounts, because the way we're going to attack this is what we call the debt snowball, where you list them smallest to largest and you pay minimum payments on everything and, put it as part of your monthly budget. And then whatever money you have left in margin, which is your extra money, all the extra money goes to the smallest debt. So let's say you have a medical bill and one of them's only, $800. You could essentially knock that $800 bill out in one shot. And then, you just keep working through them like that. So $130,000, Ken, that's great. That's a great income.
Mm-hmm.
70,000, I'm going to let you know right now, what you've shown us, aside from the medical part, because that makes this feel very different. But the numbers alone, I want you to feel good in this case about being average, because this is really just kind of your average debt scenario. You got $130,000 income, you're paying off 70. Yeah, you're going to have to live on not very much. Maybe you live on 80 to make this happen quickly, right? And the average person is out of debt in about 2 years, 2.5 years. So that's where you're going to be with this.
And yeah, I got a couple of questions, Chris, but are you tracking with Jade?
Somewhat.
What are you not getting?
If you live on 80, that frees up 50,000, and I know taxes and all that, but do you see where I'm getting at?
No, I understand that. I guess when you talk with two different attorneys, I'm getting, 3 different opinions. I've got, bankruptcy attorney saying, hey, do bankruptcy. Another bankruptcy telling me don't do bankruptcy because you have no assets. North Carolina, it's very rare for them to garnish your wages if they can at all.
Uh-huh.
So the worst you're going to deal with is judgments that may come back to haunt you. And you've got another bankruptcy attorney who says, why wait until you make that $130,000? Because in North Carolina, as soon as you hit that $60,000, you can't do Chapter 7. So why not do it now?
Let me tell you my reason.
Get all the debt behind you.
My reason is once you file bankruptcy, you're going to lose. You lose control over the situation.
Yes.
And now a court says, here's what the judgment is. Here's what you have to pay a month. Here's what it is. Here's what we'll take. You have no assets. But do you see what I'm saying? You lose control over the situation, and there's an emotional component that's going to go along with that. That says that it's basically you signing on the paper that says, I lost control. I'm not fit to handle this by myself. Here, you guys take it. That's going to take an emotional toll, not only on you. Obviously, it's going to decimate your credit. I'm sure your credit's already bad, but that's going to take 7 years to fall off your credit. So this is going to haunt you when you can look at the situation and go, actually, there is some agency and some autonomy that you can take over this, and you get to decide. You can say, you know what, I made a mess. And instead of losing your confidence, you can build your confidence up by cleaning it up one debt at a time. And that does something for you as well. When you take control of a situation and you clean it up and you make something wrong right, that's building something in you that at this time in your life you really, really, really need.
Yeah. Listen, you've been through it. Amen. Yes, and amen to everything Jade said, Chris. And I agree with one of the bankruptcy lawyers that you shouldn't do this for all the reasons she just gave you. But the thing that I'm concerned about for you, you've had your life turned upside down. And man, I hate that for you. Man, I have so much compassion for you. But I think it, as it would anybody, Chris, it jaded you, or it shaded some of your perceptions about what you should do. The fact that you are living with a woman that you refer to as your wife, and you signed a house over to her that you bought. Am I understanding this correctly?
Correct.
Brother, that needs to change. Do you want to be with this woman the rest of your life, yes or no?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Is there a reason why from her that you guys aren't married? Is it her or is it you?
Well, religiously, we're married. We went through all of that. So, I mean, we're a family, all that. We just didn't.
What do you mean?
You got a marriage license?
What do you mean religiously you're married?
So we went through the ceremony, but we never did a certificate. So in North Carolina, technically, we are married. As far as, North Carolina, when you're living with somebody for 7 years, you're legally married.
Common law. Okay.
Common law. But as far as...
So why not go down to the courthouse today and get
the government and all that?
Oh, no, hold on. Finish that sentence. I want to hear this reasoning really quick. The IRS, the government, finish that.
Yeah, as far as, doing a marriage certificate and IRS and all that, taxes, we file separately. We're separate. We're not legally married.
Yeah, I get it. My point is you signed your house over to somebody, and I don't know where that falls in North Carolina law. I don't have time to figure that out on this little bit of a call, but that needs to
There's
get...
a lot of trust.
Yeah. You need to get that. That needs to be fixed. Like, A, don't file bankruptcy. B, get the house back in your name, if that's even possible.
I got you.
No, dude,
Right.
This is not something to chuckle about. I don't think you get
The concern is what's going on now. The concern is what's going on now is that, going out, we've got credit card and bank.
Yeah,
When
Chris,
did you sign the house?
When did you assets, right? Put a lien on the house.
Here's what I think you did. And I'm not trying to make a bad situation worse, but I have a sense that you guys capitalized on the fact that you never got the marriage certificate when you saw that it was about to start pouring rain on your situation. And I think you transferred that house over to her name.
I do too.
And if you keep evading this, it is going to follow you. You've got to deal with this.
Stop
trying to move stuff over here and move it over here and do the bankruptcy. Just deal with it.
We've seen people do this, Chris, and you've done all these kind of little maneuvers, and you think it's funny. Hey, you called us, so I'm going to tell you something. What you're doing, there's nothing funny. It's scary.
Finally, mortgage rates have dropped, and you know what that means? People who've been sitting on the sidelines are about to jump back in to the housing market. So if you've been waiting to buy, this could be your window, but you've got to be prepared and do it the Ramsey way. You need to contact Churchill Mortgage. Their Home Buyer Edge program gives you peace of mind in a wild market. You can cap your rate for 90 days, so if rates go up, you're protected. If rates go down, Churchill will drop yours automatically. And get this, Churchill will even back your offer with a $10,000 seller guarantee. So if your loan falls through due to financing, the seller still gets paid. That's how confident Churchill is. Plus, when you shop as a Churchill certified home buyer, it's stronger than pre-approval. It makes you look like a cash buyer, which makes your offer rise to the top. So don't let this moment pass you by. Get ready now. Go to ChurchillMortgage.com to get started today. That's ChurchillMortgage.com.
This is a paid advertisement. Homebuyer Edge and Seller Guarantee are available for qualifying borrowers and select loan types only, and not available in all states or locations. NMLS ID 1591. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal Housing Lender.
All right, our Ramsey Show question of the day is brought to you by Y Refi. Defaulted private student loans can drag on for years. But Y-Refi helps borrowers explore custom refinancing with a low fixed rate and a payment you can actually manage. Go to yrefi.com/Ramsey. That's the letter Y, REFY.com/Ramsey. Not available in all states.
All right. Today's question comes from Chelsea in Idaho. She says, my daughter recently graduated college and we will be traveling for the final step of a job interview soon. She's already passed the first 3 steps in the process. Is it ever okay to request your expenses be comped by the company you are applying to? She estimates the airfare, Uber, hotels, meals, and 3 days of missed wages at her current job will run her roughly $1,000. This would make a huge impact on her monthly budget for a job she doesn't even have yet. Would it be inappropriate for her to email the company and ask for reimbursement for at least some of these expenses?
Yes, it would be wildly silly. Not
Yes.
even inappropriate, just
Ridiculous.
silly. You're guaranteeing she doesn't get the job. And Chelsea, I'm honored you sent the question to us, but the fact that you're asking us this concerns me. This is entitlement 101. You are not entitled to your expenses for applying to a job.
If your money's tight, it's not their fault.
Oh, my goodness gracious. By the way, this is the world we live in where parents are showing up to job interviews and then the kids are complaining, Mom, it's going to cost me $1,000. She goes, I'll tell you what, I'll email the Ramsey show people and see if that's appropriate. It's not appropriate. It's called the cost of living. I'm mildly irritated right now.
Get all the way irritated.
Yeah,
I want to see what happens.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
God bless you for the question, but no, please don't do that. And explain to her why. I'm not sure you know why. It's not done. It's unreasonable.
Yeah.
This is you trying to win the job, and you're competing against other people. And you don't say, hey, this cost me $1,000 to travel here to apply. They're going to go, we don't care. And we don't want you here because you're too soft.
Mm-hmm. And you're already drama. Let me tell you, Ken, 101.
There you go.
This is just from being in entertainment. When I used to be in entertainment, my agent would say, just show up and do the job. Don't be drama. If you're drama, you could be the best on stage, but if you're a drama, they'll never have you back. Like, just go. It could be the worst room ever and go, this is such a nice place. Thank you for having me. Like, everything is a graciousness, not, hey, the M&Ms were a little bit, there were too many red ones in the dish. Could you, that's what this is. There's too many red M&Ms in my dish. Yeah. And you got it. When opportunity knocks, Ken, you have to be ready to answer the door. That's on you.
I just looked in the drawer over here. I thought maybe there'd be some Tums. I got a little indigestion right here on that question. Ooh. Right there. You know what I'm talking about? People in the lobby. You know what I'm talking about? It's going to be a little something there.
Yeah, she got it.
Are you for real?
She got the Tums right there.
Lady James, she just reached up with a bottle of Tums. So fantastic. By the way, I do not endorse them. It's just a fun joke. All right. Jane is up in Washington. Jane, how can we help today?
Hi. So about 10 years ago, we took the Financial Peace University, sold the SUV, got a minivan instead, and worked our way up to step number 4. Life happened, and we're back down at step number 2. With the number of emergencies that we have had in the last 7 years, I want to be stockpiling money. I want to get that 6 months of income or of household needs saved up before we tackle the debt that we had to take on a couple of years ago.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and head that idea off. That's never something that we would recommend, and Jade will walk you through why. But let's first get a picture of where we are. So at one point, you were working the baby steps, and you got to baby step 4, and now all these emergencies. You're saying the emergencies are responsible for the debt, and if that's true, how much debt do you have now?
We only have $9,000 in non-mortgage debt right now.
Is that on a credit card?
No, it's a personal line of credit we had to have the siding replaced. A storm came through, damaged both our roof and our siding.
You didn't have insurance?
And we couldn't.
Hello?
It didn't even occur to me to go through the insurance when we did this 4 years ago. The house was livable, but the roof was leaking and the siding was damaged enough on one
Did
wall
somebody
that we just replaced the whole thing.
Are you sure, or did somebody make the decision and say, we don't want to submit this claim because we don't want our premium to go up, and so we'll just take out debt?
So my husband and I are first-time homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of our parents ever owned their homes.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess in the discussion years ago when we were having that, maybe it was part of we didn't want the premiums to go up.
That feels right.
But this was, yeah.
So the $9,000 on a credit card is solely based on, you've mentioned several emergencies.
Yeah, tell us.
So what emergencies are coming up in your life that have put you in a position where you believed that you had to do $9,000 worth of credit cards?
Well, we had one child who was failure to thrive, and for 2 years I was unable to work taking care of that baby.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have another child who is special needs. So the one who was failure to thrive is doing fine now.
Okay, great.
But we do have one who has some special needs, and that impacts my ability to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we went from 2 incomes to 1.
Okay. What's your
We
household
have no
income
credit
now?
card. We're hoping to hit 100,000 next year. This year, my husband was laid off this year.
Okay.
3 months out of work.
Okay.
But with his new job, he'll be 100,000 next year, but not this year.
Okay, great. And are you able to work outside the home?
Not outside the home. No.
Okay.
I do some work online and bring home about $6,000 a year.
Okay. And so I want to give Jade, I want Jade to answer the core question as to why we would not have you work on Baby Step 3 ahead of Baby Step 2, which is only $9,000. And I know that may seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, Jade, it's very doable.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure it's just the 2 kids, or are there more?
Just 2 home now.
Okay, 2 home. I think life has hit you with a lot, and because of that, it's kind of inflated the feeling of the debt more so than it is. You mentioned before that, it took 7 years, you've been in this for 7 years. And so I just feel like there's been a lot that's happened that much of it has not much to do with the debt, but it all kind of is conglomerated together in your mind. Because when I look at this right now, I go, oh, $9,000 of debt, why isn't that gone in 2 months? Because if you do the budget, it's...
Our household needs are high enough that
help me understand why, because what it sounds like is, help me understand where that is, because what I'm hearing is, in a generalized situation, rent is usually the highest or mortgage is the highest, and then the second highest thing if there's kids is some form of daycare, and usually those are the 2 that are kind of causing things to be really tight. Because your debt's not the problem. The $9,000 debt is not what's breaking you. Is there something more in the equation that you're not telling us about? Are there cars? Is your mortgage a crazy amount of your take-home pay?
No, so food and medicine.
Medicine?
We have certain medications, insurance covers so much. But yeah, between food and... We're not in any medical debt.
Tell me right quick, because we're up against the clock, and I'm sorry, but tell me what you spend in medication, and tell me what you spend on your mortgage.
We spend $1,500 a month between food and medicine, and $1,200 a month on the mortgage.
Okay, this shouldn't be a problem. I think that you guys need to get on a really, really tight budget. I love that you know your numbers, but pay that $9,000 off. It's going to take you 2 to 3 months to do it, and then stack up as much money as you want to keep the big bad wolf away from your door.
Hey guys, if you're already shopping at Aldi, way to maximize your grocery budget. Good for you. Now, here's how to level up your savings. Make Aldi your first stop every week. From fresh organic produce to grass-fed beef to marinated chicken that's ready to cook to high-quality dairy products, you'll be able to snag everything you need without the hassle and nonsense. Just legit quality and low prices. And families like yours can save up to $4,000 a year just by shopping at Aldi. And that's not a hack, it's just a smarter habit. So stop overpaying, make Aldi your first stop for groceries, and watch the savings stack up. Find a store near you at aldi.us. That's ALDI.us. Savings based on regional analysis of Aldi versus select competitors. Prices may vary by location, product availability, and the market.
Hey, everybody, you need insurance. And nobody really likes digging into insurance, right? You know you need it.
George does.
George kind of does. outside of George, nobody does. But we know it's hard to figure this out. And that's why we have our Ramsey Trusted Insurance Pros. And you're never going to deal with sleaziness, salespeople. We've vetted them. They're going to coach you up, make sure you get what you need. And you can find them by going to RamseySolutions.com/coverage, RamseySolutions.com/coverage. And you can connect with a Ramsey Trusted agent, or you can click on the link in our show notes. All right, Doug is up next in Connecticut. Doug, how can we help today?
Hey, how are we doing today?
Good. How are you, sir?
Excellent. Thanks for taking my call. I got two questions. The first one's a real simple, quick yes or no, I hope, anyway. Dave talks about doing 15% in retirement after you're completely debt-free besides the house. That 15%, my company does a 5% match. So is that 15% like 10% that I put in plus the 5% is 15%, or is it 15% and whatever the company matches is added bonus, basically?
Yeah. Typically, we think of it as whatever the company adds is the added bonus. And that's just the reasoning for that is if for some reason you went to another job and they didn't have that bonus, you would still be in the rhythm of giving 15% of your income. Like, that's just a great way to do it. And since you're debt-free except the house, like, if you wanted to go above 15%, you could. And I think it's a good idea if you do.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the main question, thank you very much. Appreciate that. That answered a lot of questions for me. So the situation, FPU graduate 13 years ago. I just started listening to podcasts like 2 months ago and rediscovered Dave, and I've listened every day. So love you guys. Thank you very much. Downloaded the Every Dollar app literally 3 weeks ago. So my situation is this. I have $23,000 in an emergency fund. That is my that's about 5 months of expenses right there. $280K in retirement, which I recently stopped contributing to. I have zero credit card debt. I'm single. I don't have any kids. I make about $140 to $160 a year take home. I take home about $6,500 to $9,000 a month, depending on the season. Winters are a little slower. I do have a mortgage, but I failed with the car. I got a car literally a year ago. Financed it. However, I took a 3-year loan on the car, and they were offering 0%.
Okay.
So I figured, I'm going to beat these guys up because I got 0%, right? It's payment is $1,000 a month, which is comfortable. I can get by, but I also get a $600 a month car allowance from work, right, to go towards basically whatever I want to put.
Thank
towards,
goodness.
Right? So in my head, I'm thinking, $400 a month out of pocket, no sweat, it's all good. But like I said, 0%. I currently owe $26,000 on the car.
Okay.
And with doing the Every Dollar budget app, I literally last month found an extra $140 of extra income.
Great.
Which I already put towards the car. So
Great.
I'm down. I want to get rid of this car. I just, with a 0% loan, I can't see how, and a lot of people can't see how it makes sense to take my money that I've been saving up, $23,000 for the last God knows how many years it took me to get there.
Sure.
And just throw it at the car.
Why did it take you so long with this great income? Did you have? You're single, yes?
Yeah, I've been girlfriend, but yeah, single, yeah.
But why did it take you so long? Or is this new? Is this income new? I mean,
no, income's not new. I've been with the company about 7 years, and I'd say the last couple of years I've built my book of business. So I'm definitely the income's been growing year after year.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, I had a car that was paid for before I got into this car, but I'm 45 years old. I'm 6'3", 250 pounds. So a nice little car is not doing it anymore. So I needed something a little bigger. So I went with the SUV, right? So
wait a minute. I've heard a lot of reasons for keeping a car. I think that's I think that's
you act like you're an NBA player. You're not that big.
Yeah, I know. I'm NFL,
I think you
lineman.
Listen, I think you like the fact that you got 0% interest. I think you like the fact that your job is kicking in the $600 a month, and you're like, hey, what's the big deal? It's $400 a month. It's for 3 years. Do I really, Jade, have to, Ken, do I really have to pay this thing off? And here's where I'm just going to tell you where I see risk. Where I see the risk is if you got fired tomorrow, you'd be on the hook for a car loan and you'd be on the hook for the whole $1,000. And I'm always going to tell you to go the path of least beneficial risk. Like there's times where risk could be beneficial, right? There's a certain amount of risk that you take when you take out a home mortgage, right? But for the benefit outweighs the risk. In this case, there's risk there. Do you really need it? Is it going to affect you? I think it could. And I think that you could easily pay this thing off and just be like, give the finger to the whole thing and just say, I don't need a payment at all. I have money. Bye, Felicia. And just pay it off.
Yeah, and I agree. And at the end of the day, like I said, I just started the Every Dollar budget, so I'm sitting there like, if I could literally find an extra $300, $400, $500, and I probably would have found more money, but I had 2 vacations last month. So at the end of the day, I could easily probably find an extra $500, $600, $700, $800. Who knows? At the end of this month, and throw it towards the car.
Now, let me tell you what I do. Let me tell you what I would do, Doug. I would go to my employer and I'd say, you guys are giving me the $600 bonus, which I really appreciate. I love this money. It's so helpful for me. I'm planning on paying off the car. I did the math and I found out that if you paid me the $600 over the entire length of this car payment, it would amount to X amount of dollars. Is there a way, since if I prove to you that I paid it off in full, that you'll still give me that money as my stipend? That's what I would do. Is that fair, Ken?
I'd want to do a little research before I took that proposal to them.
Because if they're going to pay it anyway?
Yeah, I just want to... Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying the car allowance is more for like repairs, brakes, auto, because I drive my own car. I put about 25 to 30,000 miles on the car a year. I'm outside sales
so
rep.
They'll give it to you anyway.
Yeah, so they give it to me. I get it anyway. Yeah, if I have no car payment, I'm getting that money regardless.
So, Doug, you called us. I think we're talking all the way around this thing. Doug, we're dancing all around this thing. You called to say what? What was your question? Your core question?
Should I empty my high yield savings account, which is where my emergency fund is, where I'm getting 4% interest on, and just basically dump it, maybe minus the $1,000 to keep my emergency fund,
Yes.
It's like you've listened to this show before, Doug.
Yes.
Yes, Doug. How much do you have in your emergency fund?
$23,000.
And how much is to pay off the car in full?
$26,000.
Do it.
Done. And then you build the emergency fund back up. You got a great income and you're single. Stop the vacations, man. You're living high on the hog, buddy. You could build this.
Golfing.
You're golfing. Yeah. Listen, that's the plan. You empty it out. You say if $1,000, so you're going to have $1,000 in there. You're back to, you see what I'm saying? You pay the car off.
Absolutely.
And now you're back to baby step 3. You get the 3 to 6 months. And now you can go back to, your vacation, single guy and all that. This should be an easy fix for you. Easy fix.
So I agree. And it was one of those things where since I've been listening to you guys, like I said, I rediscovered the baby steps, rediscovered Dave. And I basically went from baby step 1 to 3, back to 2. And
listen, you need to discover yourself without a car payment.
Yeah. You're playing financial twister, right hand on red, left foot on green. No, we don't have a financial twister plan. We have the baby step plan, and you just got to follow it. And here's the good news for you, Doug. You have the means to do this immediately. Yeah. And now you got yourself a paid for car. How's that going to feel?
That's baller.
Yeah, it's going to feel great.
And an unbelievable deal from your company that, I would take that $600 a month and stack that.
Yes.
For
what if you
any
invested
car
it?
Replacement, anything. Oh, come on. Give him that.
My computer's dead. I want you to go to RamseySolutions.com. I want you to look at the investment calculator, and I want you to plug in, if you take that $600 and you just drop it in your investments for the next 20 years, what that's going to be. Yeah. And your mind is going to be blown.
Doug.
No, 100%. Yeah.
All right.
No, I agree.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Don't overcomplicate it. I hate to do this, but they're not my steps. Dave came up with them, so I can refer to them and be kind of obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a reason why there's 1, and then it leads to 2, and then it goes to 3.
It's called a system.
I mean,
It's a plan.
pretty simple stuff. But I love that. I'm going to give Doug, by the way, the Caller of the Day award for the rationale of being 6'3", about 240.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
I'm like, are you trying to get a date or keep your car? What's
He's
going
like,
on
I
here?
got to get a bigger car because I can't just fold up like an accordion in this sedan. Like the guy's a tight, like he's an NFL tight end. Come on, man. On that theory, I should be riding around on a bicycle. I'm a little guy. Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union Studios. Alongside Jade Warshaw, I'm Ken Coleman. And we're going to go to Matt, who's joining us now in Fort Worth, Texas. Matt, how can we help today?
Yes, sir. So as of this past Monday, I had a truck that I've been paying on for about 2 years. I had an auto loan for about $30,000 on it. I owe about $23,000 still on it, and the motor blew up. It's unfortunately just a bad design from General Motors. They've had issues with this vehicle or these motors for a substantial amount of years at this point, and I am now falling victim to said bad design. It would be about $15,000 to have the motor replaced, and I'm trying to decide what's my best option for it before I try to go trade it in and then it'll be upside down on it.
You owe 23?
Yes, sir.
If you get the motor fixed, if we could snap our fingers and it was just fixed today and it was paid off, is this a truck you'd be happy to drive for a while? And could you?
The truck's in great condition. Other than that, if the motor were to be fixed, there is a company that sells a motor that has the system that caused it to have this issue in the first place deleted, and that's the option that I went and got quoted from when I talked to a shop.
Do you have the $15,000 in cash?
I do not.
What do you have in cash?
I don't have much. My girlfriend just finished school, and I was basically the primary provider for about a year and a half with us.
Whoa. How old are you?
About 30 years old.
You're 30. Okay, compliment to you. You sounded much younger.
You did. Sound younger.
Why are you the primary provider for your girlfriend? You guys aren't married.
Is she 32?
No, she's a little bit younger than me.
How old is she?
She is 27.
You really don't know how old she is? You had to think about that? That's kind of funny to me.
That's a different issue.
That's a whole nother deal.
Okay.
Different show, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you probably need to be on top of that one. Okay, so you need to come up with $15,000. What do you make?
I work in public safety. So last year I made about $70,000. I'm probably on track for about the same this year.
And if you weren't helping provide for your girlfriend, it's just you, right? Just rent, or do you own a home? I mean, what's the situation there?
No, it would just be rent and my normal expenses.
And I'm sorry for following up on this. Is she able to support herself now?
Yes, she's working full time again. She just started with the school year.
Jade,
she works as a American Sign Language interpreter, and she started interpreting with a school.
Yeah. All right, Jade, I don't know where you're at on this, but there's a part of me that goes, because he's already upside down in this, the trade-in option to me is just foolish. You're just not going to get anything at all. I'd rather see him working 2, 3, 4 jobs and come up with $15,000 to get that truck fixed. And then you got to swallow the pill and pay it off. But if the truck's in good shape other than this defect, That, and again, I'm giving you the answer on what I would do.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you roll out the numbers, if we looked it up and said, what could you get for this with the bad engine? I mean, what is it? What would be your estimate?
Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I've been shopping around with a couple different dealerships. I reached out to GM recently GMC, because they have the highest rebates and stuff right now.
And what they say?
GM would give me $9,000.
Okay.
GMC would give me $9,000.
I mean, because if you think about it like that, and then you add what you would have to kick in to cover the upside down, plus to get another vehicle, do you see what I'm saying? You're still shelling out $15,000. So that's kind of the numbers on it. I can't see why you wouldn't just, at this point, I hate it, but yeah, I don't think the numbers are good for you either way. So it's, do you want to keep the car and pay the $15,000, or do you want to get out of the car and get another beater, which I don't think you do. I think you'd rather drive the nicer car of the two if you can just get the money.
So I've tried that.
You can't go into debt for this, I'll tell you that. Like, if you can't find the money and you end up having to go the other route of,
Okay.
Because here's the thing. If you do a personal loan to get from upside down, your numbers are going down. And I can advocate for that, right? I can advocate for you getting out of debt and then having to get a beater car and taking out a personal loan to do that, right? What I can't advocate for is you taking out a personal loan to keep a $23,000 car that you were already in debt for. Does that make sense? So if you can't come up with the money, you might be going down in value.
But I'm sitting next to a person who with her husband, they had one car for how many years?
A decade.
So where there's a will, there's a way. And what I'm saying is figure out a way
hit the pavement
to get where you need to get. And I think you can come up with $15,000 pretty quick, a single guy who's able-bodied.
Now you might have to stop taking care of your girlfriend.
Oh, no, that's done. I'm already assuming, because she's just your girlfriend. She's a grown woman. You got problems.
Yeah. Well,
so taking care of her problems isn't your problem.
You can't.
In fact, you guys have been, playing house for apparently a long time anyway. So no date nights, no nothing. You got to come up with $15,000 stat. Did we lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Yeah, I it's a bitter pill to swallow.
It is.
But I just think the way Jade broke it down is great. And that just, and again, we're always trying to answer things like, what would we do if you were in your shoes?
If you can get the money without debt, yes, keep the car. To your point, it's going to be a great car when you get it fixed. But you can't do debt. I can't let you take out $15,000 of debt and put it with a $23,000 debt. I can't let you do that. And you should say that to yourself too. And go back and listen to this call, right? Don't come off this call and go, oh, I can't get $50,000. I'm just going to marinate on it, because when you do, you're going to see, oh man, the last thing I want to do is go from being $23,000 in debt, to being $45,000 in debt. That would be terrible.
I agree completely. Are you stunned?
Yeah, I've tried going that route. I just haven't been able to find a place to be able to do that. I initially did attempt to contact my bank to try for a personal loan, because other than the faulty design, I don't have an issue with the truck. I enjoy the truck. I've been driving the truck for 2 years, and it's been great.
So then what do you think your option is? Because you're either not getting the car fixed, or your other option is take the time, however long it takes you, to save up the $15,000, and in the meantime, you're taking the bus and you're riding your bike and you're getting Ubers and you're calling up Leroy to hit you up for a ride. Like that's your option.
That's what I think you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes that option. I'm not even sure he heard that. I went through that painstakingly. I think it went in one ear and out the other ear.
Listen, it's not fun. That's why.
It's not fun. All right, folks, you've been paying attention to the news. You know the Fed just cut the rates for the first time all year, and the 15-year fixed mortgage rates have dropped to the lowest we've seen in 11 months. If you're financially ready, now's a great time to buy or sell. Why? Some of you are going, Ken, I'd like to play the market. I'd like to see the rates come down. Can I just give you a little opinion here? A little off the talking points opinion?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Here's what could happen. If mortgage rates continue to have a slight drop, you're not going to see it, in my opinion, drop back down in the twos. But if you have a slight drop, here's what's going to happen. People are going to get back in the market. And as demand grows, guess what else is going to happen? House prices go back up. So for some of you who are going, I'd like to see that rate drop. I'm playing the rate game. What you don't understand is as rates drop, housing prices will go back up. It is supply demand. So I'm not pushing you to buy right now, but even though these rates are elevated from where they were several years ago, I'm telling you, Jade, it's just supply demand and it never fails.
Reminds me of a song.
Ooh.
You're not going to get this one. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop.
Yep, nothing.
No, nothing. Forrest Frank, no one? Oh, no. Wow, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
She got it.
Oh, there's
Thank
a lady
you.
in the audience that's clapping. Forrest Frank fan. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm not even sure who that is.
That's okay.
Is that bad, James?
No, it's not bad.
Okay. James knows everything about music.
They overplay him in the church youth group, so I'm kind of over him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Christian artist.
It's a Christian art. That's why I said it was a deep cut.
Boy, oh boy.
Listen, he's doing his thing.
Good for him.
And it was a great analogy for your
There
real
it is.
estate.
So here's the point. Now might be the time to buy. Thank you, Jade. Folks, I never know any music reference. It's terrible.
It was a deep cut, Ken.
Yeah, I like that. But here's the point I'm making. Now might be the best time from a home price situation to jump in or to sell. All right. So if that's you on either side of that coin, you need a pro to help you. That's why we have our Ramsey trusted real estate agents that are standing by in locales all across the country. You can find one for free at RamseySolutions.com/agents. That's plural, RamseySolutions.com/agents. All right, Julia is up in Bend, Oregon. Julia, how can we help today?
Hi, I'm honored to speak with you both today.
Good to speak with you. What's going on?
Thanks. I have a two-parter for you. I want to make sure first I'm budgeting appropriately and putting the right amount towards debt given my income. And then with some upcoming fertility treatments on the horizon, whether that should be kind of cash flowed or do a mini stork mode to stockpile some cash.
I like this question. Tell us more.
Okay, so let's see. Debt, I just have $12,000 on the credit card. It's me and my husband, and that's the main thing we're trying to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Next is a home equity line of credit, which based on the amount, I'm putting that with our mortgage.
Great. Okay.
So luckily, it's not very much consumer debt. I just feel like we should be able to pay off more, and just things come up every month, it seems like, that hinder our progress.
What's you guys' income?
We make $144,000 gross, end up taking home just under $8,000 a month. And what we've been able to do is rent out some rooms in our house, and part of that HELOC was completing an ADU so that we can get some additional income. So we have about $3,300 coming in now, just as of last month.
In addition to the $8,000?
So I think that's going to, exactly.
Wow,
so I think that's going to be a big help. But yeah, that's all kind of new.
Okay, so what's the fertility treatments costing you? Are you cash flowing it currently, or you haven't started yet?
We've been cash flowing up to this point it's just been a 5-year journey, unfortunately, and we're finally at the time of probably needing IVF or something.
Okay.
So what I'm looking at is my insurance thankfully covers up to $10,000 of assistance there, but I have to meet my deductible of $3,000. So, and I'm assuming we're going to need more than that because IVF can obviously cost way more than $10,000.
What's the top
I guess my
end?
question is, sorry?
What's the top end? If you were really running it through, what's the most you could spend, or that you would spend? Let me put it like that.
I mean, I don't even know because it looks like it varies by state, but it looked like in Oregon maybe 10 to 15, hopefully not more than 20.
Okay. My thought on this is if anybody else called in and said, hey, we're thinking of having a baby, and they became pregnant, yeah, we would put them in stork mode. In your case, becoming pregnant is the cost ahead of time, right? Like everybody else gets pregnant, then the cost comes. Your cost comes ahead of time. So I would still treat it the same way. I'm not going to tell you to wait to pay off debt to try to get pregnant, but I will say it must be done in cash. I think that this is you going in on a bet, and you don't want to go into debt on that, because that could add insult to injury.
Deductible, right, of like $3,000. So I guess that was my question. Is like, do I stack up that $3,000 so we at least know when we're ready to start, we have that, or just cash flow that as we go, which I think we can do.
If you can cash flow it, I would cash flow it. If you can do a little of both, I think that's great. If you can cash flow this fertility and keep paying off the $12,000, I think that's winning. If you're finding that, hey, we literally don't have enough cash to do both of these, if you have to put less towards your snowball, that's fine. If you have to cause it to pause briefly for a couple of months, I think that that's fine too, especially since you said like age-wise you're getting to the end of this. I would do I mean if I were in your shoes trying to do what you're trying to do, I would do that. Ken?
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. Yeah. I can't add anything to that at all. Listen, can I just say, on a personal note, I was listening. Stacey and I went through your journey, and it's really, really tough. And, just hang in there. And these days of uncertainty can really eat away at you. So certainly understand where you're coming from, but please don't make, and not to say that you're planning to, but don't ever let the emotion drive you to a poor financial decision to put you in a bad spot. You guys walk through all of that. And so I just wanted to add that one little, I can't add anything financial advice, but as hard as it is, I just believe there's a plan, and I believe you're going to be a mama one day. And that's all I want to leave you with.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's tough stuff. These numbers, just you look at the data out there, and I just feel like I'm supposed to say something about this, not just to her, but to our larger audience. We see the infertility numbers continue to kind of move up. That needle's moving up in the United States. And, there's nothing harder for young couples who want to start a family to have that need, desire unmet. And it can be really tough. And so here's the point that I'm making. You can really rationalize, Jade,
doing whatever it takes.
Going into untold amount of debt to go, my heart longs to be a mom or a dad, and we're going to do whatever it takes. And you have a lot of people encourage you. And the reality is you just don't know how all that's going to play out.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee on these treatments.
That's right.
Except for the bill coming due.
Yeah. You want it to end well, but it's sad when it doesn't.
That's exactly right. So here's what I wanted to encourage people that may be listening and watching in this situation. If that's the case, then I say go all in, but go all in and be able to pay cash for it. So sacrifice in other areas of your life.
Right.
Don't sacrifice your future.
Right.
On the altar of the immediate, where you want to do whatever it takes to become mom and dad. And I just would say, sell the house, like change your living. Like, okay, we're going to go backwards a little bit in every other area of our life so that we can start a family. And it's a very tempting thing, and how tough emotionally. I'm sure you've walked that through with other ladies in your life and friends. We're all kind of touched by friends that have gone through it. Just please don't fall into that emotional trap.
I agree.
To where you can rationalize debt, because it's going to make that existing pain even more painful. So tough stuff there. Julia, thanks for calling and sharing transparently with us. We're rooting for you here. You got this. Hang in there. Better days are ahead. All right, let's go to William in Pennsylvania. William, how can we help you today?
Hi, so I got two questions. My main question is investments. Since I'm actually able to put money aside and save up a lot more, I'm wondering what places I can invest my money into for the best results in the long run.
What are you?
I'm very young, and I'm hoping to be able to have a lot more than just a 401k whenever it's time to hopefully retire if I'm ever able to.
How old are you?
22.
22. And do you have any debt?
Yeah, I have a house and 2 vehicles.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Tell us
Holy
about those
smokes.
first before we get into the investing.
Okay, so last year I closed on my first home right before my 21st birthday. I moved in around September 3rd, I believe, was my move-in date. Bought all the furniture outright, had the closing costs figured out, had the down payment figured out, and I owned 3 vehicles completely. I bought them all in cash.
Great.
And once I figured out, how much money I was making, it's not a lot, but for this area, it's quite a bit.
What do you make?
I was able to do, right now I make $27 an hour.
Okay. And I appreciate all the timeline. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, for Southwestern PA, it's
Great.
substantial.
Okay,
around
$27 an hour is great. But you said you have 2 car loans. How much are the car loans?
Combined or like separate?
Separate. You had 2 cars, 2 loans.
My first vehicle would be my now wife's vehicle. We paid $15,000 for it, and I did have to get a loan for it. And I pay around $300 a month for it.
So you owe $15 on that one.
Just about.
Okay, and then what do you owe on the second car?
So I just bought a truck about 3 weeks ago, and it was $23,000. I pay just under $400 a month for it.
Ooh. And what do you take home every month from your job?
Combined, we both take home around $6,000 a month.
Okay. So, and what do you pay in your mortgage payment?
My mortgage is $600.
Wow, that's good. Okay. I'm afraid for you because you're starting a trend of debt.
A bad trend.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I understand that. I was told, and I just realized that a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, I'm glad that and so you agree then? You're like, I can't keep going down this route, right?
Oh, no, that's the last purchase I'll be making for a long time.
Good. Okay.
If I ever do again.
Okay, I'm glad to hear you say that. So you started out with an investment question. I will get to that, I promise. Ken will make sure of it. But I did want to address the debt. So you do, if you've been hanging out with us for a while, Ken, we do say that you do need to be paying off your debts before you invest. And there's a lot of reasons behind that.
Of course, yeah.
Right? And you want to make sure that when you do invest, you're able to invest an amount that's really going to move the needle for you and you have the fullness of your income at your disposal to do that. So step 1 is you and your wife getting together and saying, how can we quickly tackle this $38,000 of debt using our $6,000 a month income so that we can regain $700 a month in payments, right? That's the first plan.
Right, yeah.
So do you have Every Dollar?
What do you mean every dollar?
So Every Dollar is our budgeting app. It's really more than a budgeting app. It's giving you your whole financial
I've heard of
snapshot.
it, yes.
Yeah. So you'll spend, I'll give it to you for free, and you'll spend, 5 minutes telling the app your situation, and it's going to craft a plan specifically for you. And it's going to help you find the exact margin that you need to pay off this $30-some thousand of debt.
Yeah.
And then as long as you follow the recommendations, I promise you're going to get there, because it's going to tell you exactly what Ken and I would tell you here in this room, which is, list them smallest to largest, start with the $15,000 one first, but it's going to look deeply into your budget and find money that we can't see through the phone line. So that's step 1. Now let's talk about your investing question. Ask it again so I don't miss it.
So I do have a 401k that's obviously brand spanking new, but I don't want to just have to rely on that in 50 years from now if I'm even able to retire.
Why?
I don't want to just have that. What do you mean?
Why? I'm trying to understand you. Why does that bother you to have a 401k?
I just don't want that to be the only thing I settle with.
What do you want besides that? That's just a traditional retirement account. So you want land? You want what do you want?
I mean, I would love to buy land. I would
Understood.
absolutely love to, but I'm new at everything. I just graduated almost 5 years ago.
That's true.
I
You
think
sound
give
old.
him
You sound older than you are.
You do. You're an old
Okay.
soul. I think Jade needs to give you. I'm going to have her walk you through the baby step plan and strategy so that you get this, and she can touch on the investing. So
Well,
that you see
yeah.
the big picture.
I do want to. I'm actually going to go in the reverse order of what Ken said.
She's going to do the
because-
reverse of what I
I'm sorry.
said.
Reverse.
Sounds like my marriage.
My bad.
Great.
All right,
Stacey,
so-
here's what I think we should do. Oh, you don't? Okay, never mind. We'll do what you want to do.
Sorry, Ken. Listen.
No, it's great.
I'm
Go
sorry.
for it. No, keep going. It's great.
Okay. So let's talk about the investment part first. So, because you're not the only person with that question. So if you were saying to me, Jade, I want something other than a 401k because I want to be able to retire before 59 and a half. I'm with you. If you said, Jade, I just don't like the idea of all my eggs in one basket. Can I have something besides a 401k? I just love diversity. I would be right there with you. And I am. So yeah, once you have gone beyond a certain baby step, all of those things open up to you. And I want to talk about that. So to Ken's point, we talked about first, just save up. I'm going to walk you through the baby steps. First, just get $1,000 saved. Do you guys have any money saved anywhere?
Oh, we just paid off the wedding. We just got married last weekend, actually, and after all that, I may have not done it the right way, but I did it. Everything is paid off. The only thing we owe is our debt now.
Understood, but what do you have
cash in my
saved?
safe, and I have money in the bank. In the bank, I probably have around $4,000 to $5,000. That's like my cushion is what I call it, is my cash I keep in my bedroom. I have just under 10.
Oh, okay. So you got $15,000 total. Excellent. That's just what you
if
need.
I don't have money, I get nervous and I freak out. I need money.
Okay, well, I'm about to freak you out for a minute, but it's so that you can feel your best in the end. If I were in your shoes today, William, I would take 14 of that 15 and I would pay off your car. And
Really?
I know
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. And I know I just like swept the knee right there.
He's breaking out.
I know.
The hives they're hitting his neck. I can see it on the other end.
Yeah. I would do that because what's ultimately going to get you what you want is to free up this income. And the debt, it's like a dead weight around your ankle. Okay. And we got to clear that out. So if you did that today, right, and you cash flowed the other $1,000, because I always want you to have $1,000 saved. You need something. You would have $300 freed up today, immediately. And then you could take that and keep throwing it at the debt, right? And how quickly could you have that $23,000 car paid off, right?
I could have that paid off like the middle of next year, maybe 3/4 away, and next summer, hopefully.
If you both worked extra, you could have it done by the end of this year. By the end of the year. Yeah, 12 months.
Yeah.
So, and then you'd
Yeah.
have that extra $700 and you and your wife could stack up, 3 to 6 months of expenses. That's baby step 3. And then after that, you're investing 15% of your income into your 401k. And 15% ain't too shabby. Like if you keep that going,
Yeah.
and then after that, we would say, hey, now let's take a moment and focus on putting a little extra aside for your kids. This is another form of investing. It's called a 529. You can throw a little in there, whatever you decide. And then you can say, okay, let's start paying off our house because we value real estate, right? You wanted that diversity. So you start paying off your house. Most people who do this, William, pay their house off within 7 to 10 years.
Yeah, I was hoping to pay it off in 15. So.
Okay. Great. I love that. If you do it in 15 years, again, love that for you. Now you've got a piece of real estate. Now you've got your 401k. And then if you say, hey, I kind of like this land deal, let's keep saving up money and buy another piece of land. Or let's keep saving up money and I want to open another type of investment account. I just want to open one that's not tied to retirement to where I can invest the money and get to it whenever I want. You can do that. It's called a brokerage account. There's so many options for you, but you must walk through the steps in order to free up the income in order to do it. So that is the caveat. You need the income that you're now paying in payments.
One step at a time, William. We believe in you. Our scripture of the day comes from Deuteronomy 28, verse 12. The Lord will open to you his good treasure, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season and to bless all the work of your hand. You shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. Our quote of the day, this is kind of scary, from Stephen King.
Ooh.
Not a Stephen King fan, but I'll go ahead and read the quote. What separates the talented individual from the successful one is a lot of hard work.
Oh, well, that's not. Well, the hard work is scary. That's the scary part.
I guess I should stipulate, I don't know him and don't have any, I just don't like scary stuff.
I don't either.
James, I'm that guy. When I'm in the movies with my wife and it's the previews and the horror comes up, I literally close my eyes.
I do too.
You do too?
Listen, I don't want that stuff going in my brain.
I do too, and I haven't seen Shawshank Redemption, but he wrote Shawshank too, so he has a lot of stuff outside the horror genre.
I did
you know
did
what?
not know that. I did not know
I had him as just a horror guy, and that's why I had to correct. No position against it. I don't like his work. Let's put it that way. Other than Shawshank, which I didn't know, James.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Actually, now I'm second guessing. Oh yeah, it's based on his novel. Yep.
Wow. Wow, that's a classic.
James pulling the feather out of his hat today. Very impressive. Jenna is up in New York. Jenna, how can we help today?
How you doing? I'm literally losing sleep over a decision I have to make by tomorrow.
Oh.
And what I'm struggling with is whether to give a friend $900 who hasn't responded to any of my calls or texts for like 3 years. And then she suddenly reached out and she's literally begging me for help to pay off a storage unit lien that she says needs to be paid by 4 days from now. And she said it holds all her worldly possessions. So I contacted the storage company directly today. And in doing so, I learned she actually owes double that amount. And I'm kind of uncomfortable with the variety of the details they gave me. But I could get the money, but it would be a financial hardship for me. But what I'm torn with is I'm feeling so guilty.
No.
Because what if this was me? And because what if this was me and like the way she worded it and stuff? But at the same time, it would be a boundary, you know.
Okay,
and so
Jenna, I love this. I love that you called us because you need somebody that's objective.
Mm-hmm.
Jade and I have zero feelings on this deal. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. We're just going to rewind. When she first requested the $900, what did your gut, what did your body, what did your brain say?
Well, I just felt so sorry for her because she hasn't talked to me in 3 years.
No. Stop. Let me re-ask the question to make sure you get what I'm asking. About the $900, if she'd have asked for $9, what would your brain have said? What would your body have said?
$9, yeah.
Okay. If it was $90, what would your brain and your body have said?
Yeah.
Okay. When she asked for $900, don't tell me all these other things. What did your brain and body say when you processed $900?
It was hard because I'm trying to follow some advice from you and pay off my mortgage.
Yes. And you just told us that $900 is a hardship that would be brought on yourself to help somebody pay off a debt, and this somebody's not even in your life. They haven't even returned your calls. They haven't even had the common decency to return a text. This is a hard no from me.
Jenna.
But she did return. She reached out 3 weeks ago, and then I got the text 2 days ago.
That's fine. But can I ask you a question? If I said today, Jenna, it is your mission to go out into this world and earn $900, could you do it?
I think I could.
Okay. That's your answer. Because your friend can too. And the question I also have is this still your friend?
Well, you know, we were close and she went through all these things for, time's sake. I won't go through it that she shared when she called me. Yeah. And she says she's getting a contract in the middle of the month and that she would pay me back in 60 days.
Kibosh. I'm going to put the kibosh on this right now because here is what I will say. If you decide, because this is your choice, if you decide to give her the money, you are giving it to her. You cannot lend her this money. You either give it to her out of the goodness of your heart and out of the detriment to your own budget and to your own life, or you don't do it at all. You cannot lend because if you lend it to her, you are not helping her. You're just moving the debt. And now you're straining an already strained relationship.
That's why I called, because I needed to hear you say that, because I knew that's what you would say.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, you didn't even tell us, nor do we need to know what are the other details that you found out from the storage facility, but it screams to me that you're not getting the full story from this fake friend. This is not a real friend, and I'm going to say it. Real friends
I just feel very not generous.
Well, Jenna, that's your problem on how you feel, because I can tell you, you're a generous person. The fact that you're even considering helping this fake friend tells me you're generous. But you've got to make a good decision for you, not a good decision for her. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Also, can I just throw out there, guilt and generosity don't live in the same house. Like, they don't live in the same. You don't give out of guilt. You give out of the abundance of joy.
I think she's manipulating you. This is a person who did not return your calls, did not return your texts 3 weeks ago when she knew she had a problem on the horizon. She thought, I better hit Jenna up, start acting friendly again. I think this stinks of manipulation. This is a fake friend, and I don't give 9 cents to fake friends, much less $900.
Yeah, this is
Period.
Really think about that, Jenna. When you give, it should be out of a cheerful heart, not a guilty heart, not under compulsion, not under, what are they going to think of me if I don't give? That is the exact matter of fact, I would say wait until, if you are still thinking about it, wait until all those feelings dissipate. And then if you can really look at this and go, I am just so grateful to help my friend. I have the money. I feel joy about it. I feel good about it. Do not give with a guilty spirit. That is not generosity. That is guilt and shame.
I got another thought just now. Jenna, how much does she actually owe? It was $1,800, right?
Yeah, $1,800.
Why she
and that's just the rent. So that means they won't take a lien if she pays it by the 23rd of the month, but she told me Tuesday, but she still would owe lien fees and late fees. And then the first of the month, she has 2 units. She has a $900 payment and a $786 payment on the 1st of November.
So Jenna.
So I don't feel like I'm helping her, because if I give her this money, then where's she getting the next money?
Yes, Jenna, I wish you could see our studio audience. They are shaking their head. You just came into the light. You actually just, you took us where I was trying to take you. In other words, the $900 isn't even going to solve the problem. Nope. And that tells me, and I hate to say this, Jade, but I'm old enough now.
Do it.
To have lived enough life to know that she's hitting several people up for $900. This stinks, as my grandmother used to say, to high heavens.
Ooh.
There's an old phrase from the South. Jenna, this is bad news. And I am hoping to remove any unnecessary guilt. You are not a person who has done anything wrong, thus you should not feel guilt. But you're such a kind person, Jenna. That
I just keep hearing my mother say that's not Christ-like. So
Well, that's another problem. We're now arguing with our mother.
All right.
And
who's probably no longer here. So listen.
I guess I did need that non-objective opinion because I knew if I give her the money, it's not a loan. I'll never see it again.
I'm going to say a final word.
You don't even know if she's going to put it on the storage unit.
I got a final word on this, Jenna. The reason you feel guilt is because you think that not wanting to pay her is wrong. That's actually right. And I'm going to flip it on you and say that if you give her this $900, that's wrong.
Entitlement, baby.
It's stupid. It's not good management of your money. Therefore, Jenna, it would be wrong for you to give her $900. It's my best shot.
Stand on business, Ken.
Where's my hat?
Where's your hat at?
Oh, my goodness. Remember, folks, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.